Picture this. It's July 27th, 1999. The most electrifying running back in football just walked away from roughly $20 million. He was averaging over 1,500 rushing yards a season for his career. Still in his prime, still breaking ankles, still making grown men look foolish on national television. His name was Barry Sanders, and he chose peace over records. Meet the most elusive running back of all time. They said he was too small, 5'8", 200 pounds. In an era of giants like Bo Jackson and Christian Okoye, they said he'd get crushed. They said he'd never survive in the NFL. They were wrong about everything. In 1985, at Wichita North High School, he didn't even start until the fourth game of his senior year. Then he ripped off 1,417 yards in 7 games and earned all-state honors. Recruiters weren't exactly lining up. Most colleges thought he was just another undersized back who wouldn't translate to the next level. But Oklahoma State saw something different. And in 1988, Barry Sanders had the greatest single season in college football history. 2,628 rushing yards, 37 touchdowns in just 11 games. Those aren't human numbers, those are video game stats. The Heisman Trophy wasn't even close. Barry Sanders didn't just win it, he lapped the field. But everyone expected him to be a flash in the pan, a college wonder who'd get humbled by the pros. The Detroit Lions drafted him 3rd overall in 1989. 2 teams passed on Barry Sanders. The Cowboys selected Troy Aikman at number 1, and Tony Mandarich was taken by the Packers at number 2. Detroit, the Motor City, a place where dreams go to die and hope gets murdered every Sunday. The Lions weren't just bad, they were cursed. They were the NFL's version of purgatory. And into this wasteland walked a 5'8" magician with cleats. But here's what separated Barry from every other rookie. He didn't just survive Detroit, he thrived in it. Year 1, Rookie of the Year. But that was just the beginning. In his second season, 1990, Barry led the NFL in rushing with 1,304 yards. First of 4 rushing titles. But it wasn't just the numbers, it was how he did it. Barry Sanders didn't run, he danced. He glided. He made 250-pound linebackers look like they were moving in slow motion. Watch any Barry Sanders highlight. Pull up YouTube right now. Watch him turn a 3-yard loss into a 15-yard gain. Watch him make defenders miss so badly they tackle each other. And this is when Detroit fans realized they were witnessing something special. They were about to meet the most elusive running back of all time.
This guy did something special, every single Sunday.
And here's what made Barry different from every other superstar. After every touchdown, no dancing, no spiking, no showboating. Barry would simply hand the ball to the referee with a quiet nod. Because in his mind, scoring touchdowns was his job. That's what he expected to do. That simple gesture of respect became as legendary as his runs. And every single year, Pro Bowl. 10 straight Pro Bowls.
Barry Sanders is a guy that no matter what year, you can say 1920 and you can say 2012, he will still be the best running back in the NFL any given time.
But here's where Barry's story gets different from every other superstar. Usually, great players get great teams, great blocking, great quarterbacks, great coaching. Barry Sanders got none of that. He got defensive coordinators stacking 9 men in the box every single play. He got offensive lines that couldn't block a gentle breeze. He got quarterbacks who couldn't find water if they fell out of a boat. In 1994, Barry won his 2nd rushing title with 1,883 yards. Teams knew exactly what was coming. Give Barry the ball, and he still averaged 5.7 yards per carry. That's not just good, that's unbelievable. Lions head coach Wayne Fontes once said in Sports Illustrated, "I don't care what you do, just give it to Barry." But the frustration was building. While Emmitt Smith was winning Super Bowls behind the legendary Dallas offensive line, Barry was turning broken plays into miracles behind an offensive line that leaked worse than a rusty pipe. The weight of carrying a franchise was taking its toll. Every Sunday, Barry Sanders faced defenses designed specifically to stop him. 8 men, 9 men, sometimes it felt like 11 men, all focused on tackling number 20. And through it all, he never complained, never demanded a trade, never called out his teammates. He just showed up every Sunday and reminded everyone why they loved football in the first place. The year Barry Sanders ascended to football immortality, 2,053 rushing yards, only the third man in NFL history to crack 2,000. O.J. Simpson did it in 1972, and Eric Dickerson did it in 1984. Then 13 years of silence, until Barry. But it wasn't just the total, it was the streak. 14 consecutive games with over 100 rushing yards. That's an NFL record that still stands today. In Week 3 against Chicago, Barry exploded for 161 yards. In Week 7 against Tampa Bay, 215 yards. Week after week, defenses that knew he was coming still couldn't stop him. D.J. Johnson, Atlanta Falcons cornerback, once said, "He makes you miss so bad." That year, the entire NFL learned what Lions fans already knew. They had just witnessed the peak performance of the most elusive running back of all time. The NFL MVP award that year? They had to split it with Brett Favre, because apparently running for over 2,000 yards behind the worst defensive line in football while carrying a franchise on your back wasn't enough for some voters. NFL Offensive Player of the Year, 4th rushing title, and still, the Lions couldn't win. One playoff victory in his entire career. That's not on Barry Sanders, that's on everyone else. By 1998, the wear and tear was showing. Not physically, Barry was still Barry, but mentally, emotionally, the frustration was building. Another disappointing season. Another early exit from playoff contention. Barry finished with 1,491 rushing yards in '98. Still elite, still magical, still carrying a team that couldn't carry him back. And then came July 27, 1999. A fax machine in Detroit delivered the most shocking news in NFL history. "I have decided to retire from the NFL." $20 million on the table. Records within reach. Walter Payton's all-time rushing record of 16,726 was right there in his grasp. He was only shy 1,457 yards, maybe 2 seasons away, and Barry Sanders said no. The media called it shocking, fans called it selfish, critics called it quitting. They all missed the point. Barry Sanders taught us that sometimes the biggest victory is knowing when to walk away. Sometimes dignity matters more than statistics. Sometimes peace of mind is worth more than money. 15,269 career rushing yards, 4th all-time when he retired. Still 4th all-time as of September 25, 2025, despite walking away at 31. 99 career rushing touchdowns. One short of 100, but Barry didn't care about round numbers. He cared about respect.
My desire to exit the game is greater than my desire to remain in it. I have searched my heart through and through and feel comfortable with this decision.
First ballot Hall of Famer in 2004, NFL 1990s All-Decade Team, NFL 100th Anniversary All-Time Team. But the real legacy isn't in the record books. It's in the memories. It's every time you see a running back make a defender miss, and you think, that was Barry Sanders-esque. It's every highlight reel that starts with the disclaimer, these are the greatest runs you've ever seen. It's the knowledge that for 10 seasons, the worst team in football had the best player in football, and somehow, that was enough. Players from that era still talk about him with reverence. Defenders who tried to tackle him speak his name like a prayer. Fans who watched him play tell their kids about the day they saw magic in shoulder pads. If you look at the numbers, Barry had a great career. 15,269 rushing yards, 99 rushing touchdowns, 10 Pro Bowls, 1 MVP award. Barry Sanders didn't just run with the football. He ran with our imagination. He ran with our dreams. He ran with our understanding of what was possible. And when he walked away, he left us with something precious, the knowledge that sometimes, just sometimes, we get to witness perfection. Many argue his legacy would have been greater if he had played for a winning team or chased Walter Payton's record. But here's the thing, walking away didn't tarnish his legacy. If anything, it made it stronger, because everyone knew Barry Sanders could have been even greater if he'd wanted to be. There will be other great running backs. There will be other record holders. There will be other Hall of Famers, but there will never be another Barry Sanders. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most elusive running backs the NFL has ever seen, stick with End Zone Exposed. Subscribe, like, and check out some of our other legendary football stories. End Zone Exposed is where the truth always scores.